flaws, which in one way is good. For some weird reason, my ally Night Lord is not doing anything at all, even though we have pinged him for quite a bit. I don't know what happened to him, but he's probably not going to be playing for a bit. I do go another 2 hatcheries just for my production, because my income is actually going pretty high. So I did go for like a massive amount of zerglings, and so I already have my 3 bases, and I do have an infestation pit, which eventually made me do a hive. And so I'm getting the next stage of upgrades just in case, you know, like, so that my economy doesn't fall and my units actually have a proper tech upgraded. Here Guardian does move with his marauders, but unfortunately I already have the infestors. As you can see, he does engage, but I do retreat. But once I have my infestors positioned properly, I use fungal growth, and my zerglings just take care of the rest, because fungal growth is actually really effective against them, because they just wipe out the entire map, pretty much just killing everything in its way. My infestors, sorry, not ancestors, they did do a massive amount of damage on the marauders. As you can see, the zerglings are just pretty much gone, but still his entire army is just dead. So at the moment, my ally Armstrong, who is also my actual friend, because we do play like almost every match like together in 4v4, as it is a really fun match. I mean, 4v4 is probably my favorite one out of them all. I do always play with him. So yeah, he has Colossus, and which is a really good counter for the Marines and Marauders, and he Guardian goes straight to Marines after he sees my Zerglings. So it is a good thinking, but he should have also thought about making ghosts, because I do have infestors, and it is really bad if you don't have ghosts, because my infestors can keep on using fungal growth, and the enemies, my allies, like, they will probably just kill the rest of the enemies, because my fungal growth is just so much effective. So he should have thought of that, but hey, like, everyone's my favorite, and you know, I do respect this guy's strategy. He does. Kakanat, on the other hand, has a good idea of making Vikings, which is extremely good against Colossus. Unfortunately, my ally also has Vikings, and he has a fair bit of upgrade. Oh, he has got level 3, which is extremely really good. So it is very good indeed, and he also has 1 upgrade. I don't think Kakanat has 1 upgrade. No, he doesn't. So here you go. I do move out, but unfortunately there are some siege tanks on the way, and I really don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I am waiting for the infestors to come, and once they're there, oh, the siege tank can see me because of this overload over here. But once I'm out of sight, I do just start dropping infested marines. They are really good against like almost anything in a handful, because they pretty much own the entire base, and it only costs, I believe, 25 energy. Yep, it only costs 25 energy, which is really good. If you have a lot of infestors, they pretty much can make up your entire army, unless your opponents actually see them first. I mean, use detectors to see the infestors. Apart from that, it should really be good to it's actually a really good way to defend. And I didn't really know but I could have shown you a thing like the infestor. When they actually release the infested marines, their the eggs are actually really good form of shield. So oh, here is a good battle. Guard MM still is making his marauders, but my allies do engage now with a fairly good army, whereas he does make Thors, which is really pointless against Zerglings, because Zerglings really just destroy everything in its path, especially Thors. But he does have a fair bit of siege tanks there, and they're really good, well upgraded. So I don't know why he was thinking about that. Here my ally does engage, but he should have thought of the overlord there, and that his enemies were actually on higher ground. But as the match will continue, like, it is known that, you know, Colossus aren't really good against Marines, and they pretty much just wipe the entire army out, as you can see here. My allies Vikings are doing pretty well there, and they're basically, yeah, they should have actually attacked. Oh, I was thinking those are my those are my enemy. Sorry about that. Yeah, he did engage against the Thors, which I reckon he shouldn't have, because there's actually no point in that. But I think I will engage in a bit once my Zerglings, all of them are complete. So yeah, Major Squirts isn't giving up. He is a good fighter, and he already has another base there. So he is moving. He did change his position, and he already is making another spire. At this point, I seriously reckon he shouldn't go for spire. He should mostly go for like units that are really hot, that are heavily armored against this Colossus, which actually just destroy everything. Well, everything meaning basically pretty much everything, unless it's anti-air, or because then they get owned. Well, in the APM meter, like, I am still for some reason doing considerably a lot. Well, seeing the 5 or 6 hatcheries that I have, oh actually 5, and the considerable amount of larvae that I'm injecting to get this big army here. And if I'm correct, yeah, my Zerglings have a 3 and 3 claw and armor upgrade, which should be really good for them, as at this moment they can pretty much, if I have a fair bit of big army, my Zerglings could probably take anything out with the help of these infestors. And as the infestors also have the armor upgrade, it should be really easy for them to pretty much destroy anything. I shouldn't have attacked this base, because, you know, the Planetary Fortress is actually quite good, but how well, I did for some reason take that base anyways. And I do engage now with a fungal growth, and yeah, there you go. I told you that the fungal growth is really good, and they pretty much own everything there. I should have changed my hotkey position, I mean rally position, to the base, so that I could have gone straight there. God MM is still going crazy, but as I still say, he should have made a Ghost Academy, you know, just to take out all the energies from my infestor, so that I couldn't have done anything at all. This is a really bad tight spot there, because I can't really move or anything. My ally does have an army which he could actually use to attack, but for some reason he's just standing there. Oh, Major Squid just misses him barely, but oh my ally is actually making quite a big army. He's just waiting for his units to warp in, and there you go. He is making zealots, and he's just going straight away. Major Squid goes for another expansion. At this point, I seriously reckon he should stop making whatever air units he can, because he does have quite a lot of stalkers, and you know, it would be useless. But he has a lot of minerals. He is not using that many for some reason. He's not effectively using his income, which he could actually use really easily. He does go for infestation pit, but I think that his the enemies, I mean my allies, already see his base, if I'm correct. Yeah, he does go for that gold mineral, but for some reason he can't land because Major Squids is already making a base there, and it just finished. Poor Darius, he did think of going to that expansion, but he just can't do anything about it. But he has this ridiculous amount of minerals and gas, which he could have used to make a lot of units, or he could have just given to any one of our allies, so that we could have actually done a good fair bit of deal. Here I basically, like, all my units are basically in the base, and he knows that the game is over. I know that the game is over. Well, everyone is pretty much doing everything that they can to just finish the game as quickly as possible. But we do see this base, and I keep forgetting his name. Major Squids, there you go. Yeah, he does find the base as well, but unfortunately there are loads and loads of Vikings, and they know that they're gonna lose this match really easily. I do see this base again, and look at the number of Zerglings I do come out with, and they're pretty much destroying everything here. My allies do back me up, but as I already said, that he didn't really do a good job, Darius. His mineral income and gas income is just really bad, which he could have actually used to make a fair amount of units. I would say that in Starcraft, one of the most important thing to be is, I mean, one of the most important thing is the APM count. Please, like, guys, try to get the APM higher than 60, because they did give count of it that the APM should be like 60 for a good player. I think it's between 100 and 150 or something for a experienced player, and a professional players go like beyond 300 sometimes, in really tough times. But yeah, I mean, APM is really important, and as you can see, like, I was trying to improve my APM, because like just 2 weeks ago my APM was like 30 or 40, but I did try hard a lot, and I did manage to get my APM quite high. So yeah, that's about it. Basically, we did win the match, and pretty much basically owned every single one of them. He did have 2 starports left there. I don't know why he has it. I mean, why he even tried to land it there. Probably because to make Vikings or something. But like, they did try to leave, and I respect them because of not doing any cheeky moves in the last minute. But hey, they're players, and everyone's playstyle is unique, and well, that's the thing that makes up Starcraft, like making unique challenges every time you face your opponent. So that's about it, guys, and this is still my first video ever, so if there is any mistakes, like, don't worry about it. So I will see you guys next time. See ya.